welcome to Adelard Arena here in Woonsocket, Rhode Island for RI Saints M's hockey action. We have a rematch of an earlier matchup today here. 8 a.m. we saw these teams square off. It's now 2 p.m. and they're back on the ice, ready to go. Charlie Adams on play-by-play with Evan Morrell working the camera and analyst duties, as we're excited to bring you this matchup here on the Fans Only Sports Network, presented by Tovey Hockey. Tovey Hockey sticks and their patented Diamond Air blade deliver superior puck feel, strength, and aerodynamics. No more sacrificing stick strength for speed or feel. You can have it all with a Tovey Hockey stick. Visit toveyhockey.com for more details. And Evan, I know we saw them play earlier, and we saw what each team had to offer, and even the goaltender tonight for Mount St. Charles got a little extra warm-up in the third period. Carson Mertz is going to start here tonight. And do you think this game is going to go any differently than the one we saw this morning?
I mean, I still believe Mount's going to continue to apply pressure as they did last game, even though the switch between goalies may cause a difference on how Victory Honda scores in this game. But who knows? Maybe this goalie has something to prove.
That's the question that will be answered here on the broadcast on the Fans Only Sports Network. It's coming to you live and free here on the network. On our YouTube page, you can watch everything live on demand. That's RI St. M's related here on the Fans Only Sports Network YouTube page. We're just about to get ready here to get things started. We're going to send you to a quick commercial break from our lovely sponsors over at Tovey Hockey and be back in time for game action here at Adelard Arena. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back here to Adelard Arena. We're just about ready to get things underway after the warm-up period. Your starting goaltenders flipped from the 8 a.m. matchup where Cardin Gardocki and Max Brodeur got the starts. Now we have Cameron Walters and Carson Mertz starting in goal, and the game starting at center ice. McKenzie taken down on the first face-off of the game. play 17-minute periods here in RI St. M's hockey if you're just visiting and not familiar. 17-minute periods, no scrape between the first and second. We will between the second and third. This is our third of 4 games from Adelard Arena. Was a scheduled 6 games, but 2 canceled due to the impending snowstorm coming down here in the Rhode Island area. Went across the rink, no one there to receive the pass. Things just getting going here in our first period of action on the Fans Only Sports Networks. A rematch of the 8 a.m. matchup. Charlie Adams on play-by-play, joined by Evan Morrell. So at the neutral zone, we'll have a face-off. It's on the side closest to Victory Honda. Victory Honda today wearing the navy jerseys with the baby blue numbers once again, and a similar jersey layout for Mount St. Charles. They're wearing the white jerseys, red shoulders. Both teams went at it in the 8 a.m. matchup, and it was the RI St. M's who got out with the win, and they did it in strong fashion. Great win to start off our day of hockey here at Adelard Arena. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in, watching the RI St. M's on the Fans Only Sports Network. We appreciate your support and the support of our sponsors over at Tovey Hockey. Moving in close, couldn't get it to sneak past. It goes right. It was Jamie Glantz, and Glantz back with it. Rips one and it goes wide. Deflected now, picked up, shot attempt, and a score. Already out of the gate. The RI St. M's are on the board. Will Bent gets the goal to start things here, and it's kind of looking like a similar path to the first one, Evan.
Yeah, with that early goal here in the first 30, oh no, apologies, first minute and 30, it shows how this game may go. Is it just going to be a shutout by Mao, or will Victory Honda put up a fight?
So Bent gets them on the board right as things were getting underway in our first period. First lead of the game goes to the M's, and they started this game off strong. In the first game, it was Victory Honda who got the scoring underway, with Blake Calhoun scoring a power play goal in that one. Speaking of power play, we'll have one here coming up once Victory Honda touches the puck. It's a delayed penalty. 6 attackers on currently, and moving it up the ice quickly is Mount St. Charles, crossing it over, can't get it. Defended sharply so far as they're still wrapping it around. Delayed penalty still coming as soon as possible. That one nearly made it through. Now we get the puck touched down, and we get our first penalty of the game. Heading to the box, that's Zach Fleming.
Mountain now with the power play, heightening their chance of just running the score up here early in the first period.
Caleb Rumpf in the 8 a.m. game today scored a power play goal. It was the 4th goal of the game for the U15 team. And they're back on the power play now. Chasing after it in the neutral zone is Gavin Callahan, one of the defenders on for the power play. Rumpf is on the ice right now alongside his line mates. Making a move, trying to get through. And that's Jamie Glantz right there. Cross ice pass connecting with Crayer. Matthew Crayer, as that score put through, and it's 2-0 already. Before things get really underway, it's already 2-0. That one a power play goal off the stick of Jamie Glantz.
Mount making an early picked impact. My apologies for the stuttering. Mount making an early impact here in the first period. Matter of fact, in the first 3 minutes, taking advantage of their power play.
Pass can't connect there for the Mounties, but they're back with it now. Dropped into their own end slightly as Kinsler pushes it along. The Mounties have spent the majority of this period in the attacking zone, helped out by the power play that got the second goal across. But now back the other way, dumped in, heading down the ice is Jackson Curtis. Honda changing the lines here. Mounties in their own end, spinning around and weaving their way through. Get some fresh legs on the RI St. M side. Good centering pass. Easton Wallows kicked it just too far to do anything with. The puck swiped that, handled in the neutral zone into the attacking zone now. Luke Scherer defending for Mountie and taking it away. Up the ice comes the RI St. M's. That shot deflects into the netting above. Not even 5 minutes into this game, we already have seen 2 goals in favor of Mount St. Charles. Charlie Adams here on play-by-play, joined by Evan Morrell. Plenty of hockey action on this Saturday. That shot goes deflected into the corner. Shot attempt taken there on the far end from Chance Adams. No relation to me, I think, but that pass bounding off the blade and going it behind the net could have been a breakaway chance for Jamie Glantz had he controlled it. Now a wrister by Will Bent goes up and over the net. Skating down, but no one gets to it in time. It'll go for icing. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in currently on the Fans Only Sports Network. Bringing you all the RI St. M's hockey action, and it doesn't stop here because at 4 p.m. the U14 team will take on their opponents in Boston Advantage. That matchup surely to deliver. Like all matchups have so far today, it's been a good day for Mountie fans here. Picking up the first 2 wins in the 2 games that have been completed so far. Puck all the way down now into the corner. Pushing and shoving along the boards and a whistle, and it looks like another penalty will be headed to RI St. M's. And a lot of chatter entering the penalty box from Cole Saberin. A couple of friendly jabs thrown at in this first period. We've seen some chippiness, especially in our previous game. Those 2 teams faced off the day before, and it was a rough overtime loss for Mount St. Charles. but this time it's a shorthanded chance and a conversion for Mount St. Charles. They've gotten the best of Cameron Walters 3 times now, as Caleb Romph back in the scoring column. His 3rd goal today, his first of this contest.
Mount was a man down when scoring that goal, Chaz. Victory Honda not even being able to take advantage of their power play yet.
It's a short-handed score for Mount there. In our first game, Nico Cardiello had a hat trick. Great performance out of him, leading the scoring for Rhode Island St. M's. And it's dumped in for an icing by Kinsler. Ryder Kinsler, one of the defensemen here, weighing in at 175 pounds, 5'9" from Vail, Colorado. 1 goal and assist in 32 games played, but definitely making an impact on defense today here in this early going of our first period. Passes crossing around, and Mertz gets the glove on it, makes the save. Now we're getting offsetting penalties as more chippiness entering the box. Luke Scherer gets into the penalty box. Or those aren't even offsetting, so it's a 5-on-3. 2 penalties the way of Mount right now. Scherer and Saberin both in the penalty box. 5-on-3 as Mertz slides over to make the save. And he can't get it that time. Fleming beats him on the left side, went low and got it. Zach Fleming scores there, cutting the lead 3-1 now.
Victory Honda finally being able to take advantage of their power play, practically being lobbed a goal here on this 5-on-3 power play. Now evening out to a 5-on-4.
That'll make it a 5-on-4 now. Still a man advantage for Victory Honda. But plenty of time for them to keep working to get back in this game. They've got 1 back now, and now got to keep things going. Still a power play chance for the next minute and 28 seconds. Shot deflects up into the netting above. Stops the clock with 9:11 left in the period. Approaching halfway through our first period of action here in our 2 p.m. matchup. It's a rematch of the 8 a.m. matchup that we saw earlier. If you'd like to see it and missed it when it was live, you can check it out on demand on our YouTube page. Puck cleared, whistle blown, icing, but draining a little time off of the penalty did Mount.
High scoring period with 9 minutes left, Chaz. How do you feel, especially when Victory Honda has a power play? How do you think this game's going to continue?
Along the blue line, Hillock sends it in. Matt Hillock at the point for Honda, as taking it over and bringing it up was Will Bent, but stopped for a second, now picked up by Glantz. diving try there. We're back to center ice. Another score for Mount St. Charles as Will Bent put it through.
Still down the player. Mount scores once again, putting up 4 in this first period, still with 8 minutes left to go.
Puck headed into the corner. Moving around now, Mount up the left side with Glance. Gets near post, save made. Back the other way, found on the left side of Curtis. He dumps it in and gets away. Penalty over, we're 5-on-5 once again here. As the Mounties continue to look to add on, they send one across there, it's pushed away. Shot there taken by Gavin Callahan. And now up the other end of the ice, it's Hillock. Both teams going back and forth. Another shot deflects into the corner. Picked up now and brought back up the rink. Players tumbling in the corner, so a little pushing and shoving after the play. Stick lost as the puck's in the corner now. Up to the blue line, shot in, deflected around. Nothing going for Peter Nicoletta from the blue line. Puck jumped up and caught the ceiling, out of play with 6:46 left in the first period. Charlie Adams on play-by-play, joined by Evan Morrell. And Evan, it's been a dominating start in this first period. Plenty of scoring for Mount.
Mount not letting anything up for Victory Honda, only scoring and continuing to score here in this first period with 6:37 left to go.
Face-off coming up in front of Carson Mertz and the Mount St. Charles end. Puck back in play, and it's left with Bryce Jacobiak. Brown bounding, Jacobiak has it in his own end, moves to the neutral zone. Crossed over and now back down the ice, will be whistled there. Icing, and we'll send it back down the other end of the rink. We're watching RI St. M's hockey on the Fans Only Sports Network. The M's leading 4-1 over Honda after already winning earlier in the day in our first game. Kicked off the day at 8 a.m. With Britton now as Wyatt Britton enters the attacking zone. Back down the other end, it goes for icing. Might hear some players warming up in the background. That could be our 4 p.m. game when Mount U15 takes on Boston Advantage here at Adelard Arena. We were scheduled to have 2 more games, a 6 p.m. matchup between the SC Storm and MCL, as well as a 7:45 p.m. matchup between Mount and EGTG. Both games canceled due to weather. Likely to be remade up or made up at a later date, and instead me and Evan will head over to Levy Arena in Burrillville and called the Burrville Hedricken game as that puck nearly got across once again for the RI St. M's. Fresh skaters on for the Rhode Island St. M's. Up to the ice, it's Will Bent, Jamie Glantz, Jack McHyman, Gavin Callahan, and your final member of this shift on the far side of your screen. We'll get you that number when we can. It's Ryder Kinsler. That's your shift with less than 5 minutes to go in the period. Puck pinned along the boards for a second now. Kinsler has it. Kinsler crosses over, centering pass, gets close to Glantz, can't get a full hold on it. Puck in the corner now. And now it's a chance for Victory Honda to move up the rink, generate some offense, and they'll dump it in with Hillock. Left for Mount to recover it. And now back the other way. Glantz brings it. Too much power, goes over the net. Players tangled up there. Lost stick. As Glantz with another chance, and he converts it. Glantz with smooth moves puts the 5th goal in for the RI St. M's. Both teams were at even strength for that goal. There's been a lot of power play chances in this game, but not one of them. 3:58 remains in the period. See what adapting the co-head coaches of Dan Milan and Connor Schmidt have to do. The assist goes to Ryder Kinsler on the goal scored by Glantz, his 2nd of the game. First one was goal number 2 for this team. It came on a power play chance. Down the ice it'll go for an icing call with 3:13 left to play here. Hasn't been the greatest of first periods, to say the least, for Cameron Walters. And again, these teams faced off in the morning. Carter Gardaki started the first game. Walters starting this one, and just about through one. Nothing ideal about what's gone on this rink so far, and on the other end it's been Carson Mertz allowing 1 goal. One goal similar to how Max Bredor started things in our 8 a.m. matchup. That one centered and passed off. Easton Wallace passed it off, and now the puck goes up and whistled for. 2:25 to go in our first period of action here on the Fans Only Sports Network from Adelard Arena. Charlie Adams here with you for this 2 p.m. match-off that's sent in and deflected into the corner now. Boarding it around, it's up to the blue line now for McHyman. Jack McHyman 5'10", 165-pound defender. Waiting at the point. Shot kicked around in close and pushed through for the score. And once again, the Mounties are back in the scoring column as Kalen Blake, first goal of the day for him. And it makes the score now 6-1. Six to 1 your score as Will Bent on the ice taking that face off. Lost the face off to Brennan Yuck. Coming into this game, Victory Honda sat at 20 wins, or coming into today rather, Victory Honda sat at 20 wins, 19 losses, and 2 overtime losses. Now 20-20 and 2 entering this game. Their second of the day after dropping their first. And things not looking like they'll end the day back over 500. There's still 2 full periods left to play, and it's going to take a lot to make this comeback already as that goes out of bounds, but there's chances. There's always hope. You can never say never, Evan, ain't that right?
Of course. Even though the never say never is
face off tied up.
Slit.
Tie up between the centers, now the puck along the boards. And getting it over, good pass. A little too much on it. Peter Nicoletta crossed it over. We're less than a minute to go here now in the first period of action of game number 3 here from Adelard Arena. Victory Honda now bringing it all the way down. It's left off the stick of Cameron Walters, brought back the other way. Matt Hillock connecting on that pass up to Blake Calhoun. And Walters, or excuse me, Carson Mertz able to cover it. Face off coming up to the left of Mertz between the pipes for the M's here in our rematch of the 8 a.m. matchup we saw to start our day, and it's an icing here with 19 seconds to go. .19 seconds remain in the period. Off the face-off shot taken, it goes to the left of the net. Calhoun fighting to keep it on sides. Looks like he did as they drop back into the attacking zone. Now forced into the neutral zone. Weaver gets it over. Buzzer sounds, and that'll do it for period 1 of the St. M's U15 team taking on Victory Honda. 6-1 after 1 period. You're watching Rhode Island St. M's hockey on the Fans Only Sports Network, presented by Tovey Hockey. Tovey hockey sticks and their patented Diamond Air blade deliver superior puck feel, strength, and aerodynamics. No more sacrificing stick strength for speed or feel. You can have it all with a Tovey hockey stick. Visit toveyhockey.com for more details. We'll be back after a short break and a message from our friends over at Tovey for second period action. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back in for second period action after one. 6-1 is your score in favor of the RI St. M's. A big period from them. Plenty of scoring to go around. Will Bench scored 2, one of them being shorthanded. He scored the first goal and the fourth. Jamie Glantz had 2. He scored the second goal and the fifth. The second one was on a power play. The third goal made up by Caleb Romph. That was also shorthanded, so 2 shorthanded goals today. And the sixth and final goal of the period was by Kalen Blake. Blake scoring his 7th goal on the season. On the other end of things, the 1 goal scored today, Zach Fleming has a power play goal to his name. Charlie Adams here for the Fans Only Sports Network, along with Evan Morrell, and things getting to a dire time early for this Victory Honda team. The coaches for Victory Honda's message in the break was to just show up, and this isn't what the style of hockey we play. We don't lay down when we're struggling on the ice, so they're hoping to stop the bleeding and get some things going their way here in this period after a dreadful first. Cameron Walters is in goal for Victory Honda, and Carson Mertz, the goaltender for the St. M's. Save made there. And Evan, what are your takeaways from the first period?
Compared to the first game and like what we've seen first period, it's like Victory Honda just played down that entire period, letting Mount score 6. And if they want something to change, they gotta play the style of hockey they were in the first game.
Face-off coming in front of Victory Honda's goal. Won by Victory Honda. They bring it out of their own end to the neutral zone, and a big hit delivered to Parrish as a result. Parrish throwing his body, trying to deliver a hit there. There was a little bit of chippiness definitely in the first period, and maybe if this game continues the way that it has, we'll see some more frustration between these two teams. But currently the puck with Gavin Callahan at the point. Moved over into the corner now, as Easton Wallace on the ice for the M's. Cover made from Walters. Coaching staff of the RI St. M's certainly have to be proud of that first period domination. Scott Gainey assisted by Jim Creamer along with Devin Rask. The group making clean work in that second period. Or in that first period, apologies, as that shot goes wide. Now Blake near the bench area of Victory Honda, trying to get the puck out in favor of the M's. It goes through the neutral zone along the blue line of Mount St. Charles's end. They bring it through. Nicoletta moving it. Now dropping back for a second. It's up to the blue line of the attacking zone for Victory Honda. Players changing off here for Honda. And it's a takeaway for Blake, sent into the penalty box area. So face off right outside of where it exited play at the neutral zone face off dot. Moved around and dumped into the corner. Up and into the netting. Stops the clock with 12:55 to go in this second period here on the Fans Only Sports Network, brought to you by Tovi Hockey. Tovi hockey sticks and their patented Diamond Air blade deliver superior puck feel, strength, and aerodynamics. Don't sacrifice stick strength for speed or feel. You can have it all with a Tovi hockey stick. Visit tovihockey.com for more details. And if you've been listening to the broadcast all day long, you wouldn't be surprised that I have that memorized by now. There's a puck near the point, pushed around and behind the net. Victory Honda clears it out. Icing called. 12:12 left to go. So face-off coming up here. Still hearing some coaching coming from the Victory Honda bench to play the right way, as things have certainly not gone the right way, or at least the way they'd hoped for thus far. Puck at center ice, dumped across, covered up there by Cameron Walters. Appreciate everyone who's tuned in here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Charlie Adams here at Adelard Arena, bringing you all the action live and free on the Fans Only Sports Network YouTube page. Plenty of hockey action as Zach Fleming, the lone goal scorer, still for the Victory Honda team, touches the puck down for a second. Shot taken just to the left. That was a great look for Brennan Hyuk. Now Linden from distance bounces off and over into the netting above. Clock stops at 11:05. And new skaters on, Jelenik, Seko, along with Rocco Mahan. Or Rocco Mahan. Off the face-off, Mounties use the boards to clear it up and over. Now trying to bring it in, and a step off sides. Nico Cardiello whistled for it, and we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. Cardiello had a hat trick in the first game, as some Mount fans managed to toss a, what was that, Evan? A football or something onto the ice?
Maybe a little orange foam football there, I guess.
It could be just a practice puck or something. As
Score.
another score for Mount. I don't know if it got from ugly to worse because it was already worse. And that's goal number 7. We're not even halfway through here. And after the first game, I thought we were going to have a decently close game here, Evan, but
It appears not.
not
Mount
at all.
just on a shootout today.
It's Chardiello. That's his 4th goal of the game. Or 4th goal of the day, first of this game, that is. And we're seeing a lot of the goal scorers who contributed last game. In fact, every goal scorer who scored had a goal in the previous matchup earlier today, except Kalen Blake. Blake, first score of the day, came in this game, and our most recent goal scorer, or excuse me, Peter Nicoletta, sent to the penalty box there for Mount. Number 7. And surprisingly, not the only 7 that is up on the scoreboard right now. Looks like another dominating performance from the RI St. M's, and they'll bring it in, looking to continue to add on more. They're behind the net, trying to sneak it in. Big hit. Seeing some frustration with the Victory Honda team.
Mount still scores multiple times despite being a man down. Chaz, what's your opinion on that, given Victory Honda had multiple power plays, but ironically Mount have been scoring despite the fact they are a man down many times so far.
We have another first-time scorer on the day, Nikita Agafonov. That's his 3rd goal on the season. He comes all the way from Vienna, Austria. Here playing for the RI St. M's and getting across with his 3rd goal of the season. Cole Longfield tracing it down, and these shorthanded situations that usually stifle an offense have not held down the RI St. M's one bit. That's their, I believe, what would that make that? 4th power play? Or 1, 2, it's either their 3rd or 4th shorthanded goal, which is pretty much insane. They have 1 power play goal as well today. And it looks like the penalty kill over, back to even numbers. It's 5-on-5 with 8:27 remaining. So we're officially halfway through this game. Score sits at 8-1, and up the ice goes Mount St. Charles, looking to add more to their already immense goal total. Steps off sides, takes a shot well after the whistle, and has some conversations, some positive affirmations shared between some Mount players and some Honda players, surely. Just hope you had a nice day. Hope it continues to be a nice day, and move on. Face off in the neutral zone. We're definitely seeing a little tick up in frustration as things wear down in this game. We're just over the halfway mark. here on the Fans Only Sports Network. Still waiting for Victory Honda to score once again after Zach Fleming put them on the board on a power play try. And Fleming, the one who was taken down, and it'll cause a penalty as a result. Heading to the box. That's Gavin Callahan for cross-checking. Callahan from Medfield, Mass. Played in 34 games this season with 2 goals, 14 assists. A facilitator on this team, as well as a strong defenseman. One of their top defensemen on their first lines. And Victory Honda with a spin around as they're on the power play. Man advantage hasn't stopped Mount St. Charles's offense much when it is on that power play. But puck in the corner. Moving around to Linden at the point. Off to the wing. Sent down, cleared successfully. Goes all the way down, icing waved off, and player slips into the boards. Slow to get up as he lost his stick and back to his feet now, skating off towards the bench area. Whistled with 6:05 left to play, 41 seconds left on the power play for Honda. Evan, what do you do now if you're a Victory Honda player or coach?
I'm devastated.
So all I got to say about that.
All right, thank you, Evan Morell, our analyst and cameraman here for this 2 p.m. matchup. Callahan with 31 seconds left in the penalty box. Shot taken, slipping out of the grasp of Walters, still in play. And Will Bent bringing it into the attacking zone once again for Mount St. Charles. That one deflected away. Puck whistled for along the blue line. And we're back to even 5-on-5. Coffee smell taking over the rink here, or at least our area. Back in play, 5:17 to go. Must have not ran the clock. Puck sent from Victory Honda's end into the neutral zone through to the attacking zone. They've had a little more success attacking today, or at least attacking in this period. Coming out wide from the crease is Cameron Walters. And now again crossing over is Mount St. Charles. It bounces into the neutral zone, caught and placed down by Gavin Callahan. Callahan moving it up, and Ryder Kinsler there to receive it. Kinsler back with it now. Shot taken, save made. now trying to fall over it, and Cameron Walters doing whatever he could to try to stop it, but luckily for him, Victory Honda was able to clear it down the end of the rink for an icing. If you're just joining us, score is 8-1 with a couple of multi-goal scorers here. Will Bent has 2, as well as Jamie Glantz. Puck bounding around now, headed over in the vicinity of Matthew Craner. Crayer, big part of this offense as well, with Easton Wallos part of the line, and it's Crayer who gets the score. Make that 9 as the U15 RI St. M's get another one. Matthew Crayer gets goal number 21 on the season. And skating off the rink is Cameron Walters. Walters entered this game with 2.95 goals allowed on average. That's going up. Carter Godocki back in the game. He played for the majority of, or actually the entirety of the first game, but he's back in the net now as we're ready to resume action after goal number 9. Still 3.5 minutes left in the second period. 8-goal lead with the RI St. M's, looking to sweep the day's games against the Victory Honda team. The Mount player slides in, and way out of the crease, Gardaki covers it up.
Assisted by Chardiello and Wallows.
Crayer was assisted by his line mates, Chardiello and Wallos. As another shot taken, that one rips wide. Loaded up shot try from the defenseman Luke Scherer. Crossing over, offsides, a step. Whistle comes and face off to follow. Zach Fleming back on the rink along with John Secco. As well as Blake Calhoun has been their most productive line, especially in their first game. But the one goal coming via Fleming in the first period on the power play chance, which seems like a long time ago. Trying to center it, a little behind the play. It's picked up by Bryce Jacobiak. Jacobiak hasn't had a goal on the year, 0 goals, and the rosters provided here at Adelard Arena say he's played 3,032 games. Venture to guess it's either 30 or 32, but regardless, still searching for that first goal on the season. He is a defenseman, of course, but if there's any game to do it, why not now? Minute 50 as we're under 2 minutes to go here in the second period. Long break between periods to allow for Zamboniing. Get a fresh coat of ice here. cut things and get things ready for period 3. We'll be coming to you live on the Fans Only Sports Network. Following period 3, we have one more game to provide you from Adelard Arena. The Mount U14 team gets their turn on the rink when they take on Boston Advantage. Huge hit spinning around the player for Victory Honda, that's Henrik Parrish.
1 minute remaining in the period.
Skating in is Callahan. Callahan leaves it back for his teammate, and the puck pushed into the corner. Some good defending there for Victory Honda. Callahan from the wing, trying to weave his way through. It's taken away. Parrish puts a stick on it, and now near post. Covered up, and a lot of pushing and shoving now behind the play. Now players trying to be separated by both referees. Callahan in the mix for Mount. Both helmets are off. Finally separated. That's some of that frustration in such a game, Evan.
I mean, they are down 9-1. I would be pretty frustrated if I was a Victory Honda player too.
It's just going to take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
This ain't football though.
Off skates Henrik Parrish. And Parrish heads down the tunnel. A couple of words that I hope our mic didn't pick up. Referees discussing things over here with 20 seconds to go before the end of period number 2. Not exactly sure what the topic of discussion is. We'll see to hand out any. All right. Referee talking to the scorer's box and says, put 5 minutes on the board with Victory Honda shorthanded. So that's going to be a long while of 5-on-4 action. And of course, major penalties, they don't expire after a score, so that 9 could grow very quickly as we approach our third period. We're going to enter it with 4 minutes and 40 seconds of power play opportunity for the Mounties.
And they're already up by 8. Who knows what they're going to do in the next 5 minutes of play.
We did see a lot of kind of aggression being shown, but that was definitely a step above what we were seeing previously.
I mean, helmets were getting pulled off, Charlie.
Definitely
That's a
both
big
helmets
deal,
off,
in my
and
opinion.
the 5-minute major assessed. I don't think we'll definitely see Henrik Parrish. Not 100% sure if it's going to be the same way for Gavin Callahan, because there's no 5-minute major against them, and the short-handed team is Victory Honda, so we'll see. But definitely some aggression, and referees still going bench to bench discussing things with still just 20 seconds before we can hit our second intermission. Looks like we're ready to kick things back off. 5-on-4 advantage with Mount. Don't really need it, but they have it for the next 5. 20 seconds until this period is up and done, and we can move on to the third. Shot slapped down off the chest of Peter Nicoletta. And the period winds to a close with the score 9-1 in favor of Mount. It's been a dominating performance thus far. The third period will start with 4 minutes and 41 seconds of power play time in favor of the Mounties. Definitely a chance that this game will hit double digits in that third period. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the St. M's taking on Victory Honda on the Fans Only Sports Network, presented by Tovi Hockey. Welcome back to the Fans Only Sports Network for period 3. We're over here and ready to get back into game action. 9-1 is your score after 2. It's been a rout. There's a 4-minute and 41-second power play still remaining after fighting penalty concluded our second period. All action. You want to move the camera, Evan?
Oh.
All action brought to you on the Fans Only Sports Network by Toby Hockey. Visit tobyhockey.com for details about their Toby Hockey sticks and their patented Diamond Air blade that delivers superior puck feel strength and aerodynamics. You don't have to sacrifice stick strength for speed or feel when you can have it all with a Toby Hockey stick. This game is a runaway, to say the least. Certainly plenty of time to add on more. And back in goal is Cameron Walters. He was taken out late in the second period for Carter Gardaki. But at this point, he's right back in there.
We'll see how he performs, given the fact that 9 goals were scored on him this game.
That shot off the face-off win goes up and over. We'll see if I can run down the current goal scorers before a new goal is scored. First goal was scored by Will Bent, then Jamie Glantz scored number 2. Number 3 was scored by Caleb Rumpf, short-handed, followed by goal 4. Will Bent got his second. That was also short-handed, back-to-back short-handed goals. Goal 5 went to Jamie Glantz once again. That was his second. They're both multi-goal scorers. Goal 6, Kalen Blake found his way into the scoring sheet. Nico Cardiello got goal 7 of the game. Goal 4 of his day. He had a hat trick in the first game. Goal 8 from Nikita Agafonov. Akita Agafonov, that was also shorthanded. It was also goal number 8, his third goal of the season. Finally, goal 9, Matthew Crayer got that one across, his 21st goal of the game. In close, centered around, and covered. Hopefully that intermission calmed a little hecticness and a little anger in these teams, as things were certainly getting chippy towards the end of things in the first, or in the second, that is. Charlie Adams here on play-by-play, joined by Evan Morrell doing the rest. Swung across, hard pass, bounces off, and now into the corner, a hit delivered along the boards. After the hit, whistle blows, and it's 2:40 still to go for the penalty that was assessed to Henrik Parrish. A 5-minute major penalty. Centered and in. Goal 10 for the M's, and not much fanfare, not much celebration. Just doing business here. As off to the bench they skate into the double digits now. Easton Wallows scoring there. That's his first of the day. Second string center, or at least the second line center for Mount St. Charles. It's 10-1, and with 14:40 left to go, there's still more time for this to keep adding up. I'll take this time to thank Debbie's Breakfast Place for a great breakfast in between the 8 a.m. game and our 12 p.m. game. Over here in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, they have some great food, and it was a great atmosphere as well. Good prices, too. Just a quick shout out on the Fans Only Sports Network to Debbie's Breakfast Place. Spin around shot, bounces off the back apron of the net. they continue to work their way through the attacking area. Now pushed back into the defensive zone as Jack McHyman brings it back in before it's sent all the way back to McHyman in the neutral zone. Nicoletta skating backwards, keeps it on his stick. Now bringing it through all the way up the ice. He gets it to Dylan Colcom. And with the score like this, you're seeing some names that we haven't seen in the first game or much in this game as well. As that chance for Colcon unsuccessful, and players grabbing at each other in close near Cameron Walters. Down the other end, Carson Mertz has had a pretty great game, Evan.
Yeah. I mean, he only had one shot go in compared to Cameron Walters letting 10.
20 seconds remains on that 5-minute major penalty. It's exactly 20 seconds remaining. Still a coffee smell around our area after an upset fan spilled it earlier in the game. Now it smells like coffee. But it's all right as Will Bent brings it into the attacking zone. Do wish they would have cleaned it up. But another scoring opportunity, bounces up and over into the area behind the net. That was another good chance. Nearly got up and behind Cameron Walters. Placed back down by Jamie Glantz. Glantz has been busy in both games. Couldn't reach out to grab that one. Looked like a skate went flying there by one of the Mount players. Skate blade in the air. I believe that's what I saw.
Hey, that's a scary projectile in my opinion.
And yeah, slowly making his way to the bench. That's Luke Schreier, not using his left skate, probably because there's no blade on the thing anymore. This guy need more than sharpening. Face off in the neutral zone following the whistle due to the equipment malfunction. Thank you for everyone who's sticking around here in the late going of this game. Appreciate your support of us at the Fans Only Sports Network and of the Rhode Island St. M's. Got more Rhode Island St. M's action coming up next. U15 is here to take on Boston Advantage. That kicks off at 4 p.m. If you're a fan of Rhode Island high school hockey, then you might want to also tune into the last game not canceled in Rhode Island, taking place in Levy Rink over in Burrville, when the Burrville Bears take on, Burrville Broncos take on the Bishop Hendricken Hawks. The Hawks are coming off a strong win in their last game against one Mount St. Charles, who we expected to broadcast today, but they have canceled due to the impending weather. They won that game 2-0 over Mount St. Charles yesterday over at Thayer Rink. Now bringing it in, Fleming. Fleming has it ripped away. Paddle used by Carson Mertz to push it away even further from harm's way. Back up the ice goes for a second. The RIS A&M's back down the ice. Heads Fleming, and a player hits the ice following the whistle. There is 10-17 remaining here in our third and final period of Game 3 of 4. Again, if you Our RI St. M's fans stick around for game number 4 when U14 goes in and takes on Boston Advantage. That's up next. Puck swung back around the other way, trying to work it through. It's taken away. Fleming has been busy in the attacking zone this period, getting aggressive here in the late going. Back up the ice, worked by Will Bent. Now through the neutral zone, backing up into his own end. That's Wyatt Britton all the way back there. Now back there is Peter Nicoletta. He swings it around the kick plate. It gets over now to Caleb Rumpf. Shot taken and pushed away by Cameron Walters. Again, Walters entered this game with 2.95 goals allowed average alongside a .906 save percentage. This one's not helping the averages. Charlie Adams here on play-by-play for the Fans Only Sports Network. RI St. M's Hockey is brought to you by Tovey Hockey. Tovey Hockey is your go-to for Tovey hockey sticks and their patented Diamond Air blade, delivering superior puck feel, strength, and aerodynamics. No more sacrificing stick strength for speed or feel. You can have it all with a Tovey hockey stick. Visit toveyhockey.com for more details. Shot taken, deflected in, tried to make it happen. Save made. Matthew Crayer, last one to touch it. He'll skate off now. Or actually skating off to the bench was Nikita Agafonov. He scored goal number 8. For those keeping track at home. And Glantz pushing up the defender on the boards, trying to will the puck away. Gets free for a shot that's covered up and saved by Cameron Walters. 8:38 remains here in the final period of play in this game between the RI St. M's U15 team taking on the Victory Honda 15 team. Puck knocked down behind the net and being fought back and forth for. Now skirting through the neutral zone, down the ice, coming out to stop it just for a second is Carson Mertz. Stops any offsides. Back down the other way, chasing after it. And first again, it's centering pass, a little too strong. Dylan Colcon has that one ringed iron. Made a great noise hitting off of the crossbar there.
The shot actually going into the ceiling off the crossbar.
Now a face-off coming up here. Spin around, centering pass there. Finds nobody. Will Bent put it on target. And now taken away up the ice, heading John Secco. Secco leads the charge. Puck bounds in the air. Takeaway for the Mounties. Up the other way. Bent now working his way, using his feet to kick it along. Loses sight of it and takeover for the Victory Honda. Zach Fleming passes it up. Back down the other way. First man to it is Bent. No angle, signs a pass. And almost another goal scoring by Chance Adams. He's yet to get on the board today. the only first string left, the only first string member of the offense here without a goal all night. The other two have 2 goals, and they've done it twice, or actually 2 goals in this game, with both having one in the game prior. As we're back in the scoring column once again with Jamie Glantz. That's a hat trick for him. The 11th goal is Jamie Glantz's. So, yep, Jamie Glantz. He has his hat trick after scoring the 2nd goal on a power play, the 5th goal. He now has the team's 11th goal. 4 goals on the day, brings himself up to 39 goals on the season. So 2 games between these teams, and both times a hat trick for an RI St. M's player. The first game, Nico Cardiello had one, and here in the second game, it's Jamie Glantz who gets it. The RI St. M's player wearing number 11, Easton Wallows, sent to the penalty box there for the hit he delivered into the board. Still chatting with the player he delivered the hit to. That's Hillock, Matt Hillock. 5:21 to go here in period number 3. Time ticking down, but still time to add on, I'm sure. They only need just a couple seconds for the RI St. M's to add on to this lead. They're short-handed, though, for the next minute and 40 seconds.
Now penalty number 11, Easton Wallows. Minor penalty for roughing. Time penalty 11:15 for 3rd period.
Bring it up quickly. Trying to get the shot off unsuccessfully. Back down the ice. M's resetting in their own end for a second. Dump it across. It'll roll down the rink. Not go for an icing. Down the other way. Coming now with speed. Victory Honda. Led by takeaway now for RI St. M's, sent along and stopped there. That shot from behind the blue line was taken by Cole Saberin. Through the neutral zone once again, going all the way down the ice. Up to the blue line now. Trying to make a move, knocked off his feet. That was Chase Jelenic. Power play expiring now. 5-on-5 with 3:18 to go. The RI St. M's offense have had power play chances that they've converted, but they've had even more penalty kill chances where they've converted. They're up to, what I think, let me see, 4 shorthanded goals, or let's call it 3 shorthanded goals, as long as I didn't miss one. So 3 shorthanded goals today, an impressive performance to say the least by this Mount St. Charles team. I believe they stopped adding on to the scoreboard. a certain point. Can't blame them. And the puck handled in the RI St. M's end, going corner to corner, now up the side, bringing it across, skating quickly, and 2 players going down. Separating now. That was Kalen Blake. Kalen Blake now heads to the penalty box. So he'll serve 2 minutes. We have running clock here. No wonder my clock has been so far off. With the lead how it is, clock ticking down on its own. Now we're in sync for the last minute, where another goal gets across before Mount St. Charles. That's goal number 12. That one put away by Will Bend. Will Bent now with his hat trick. 2 hat tricks on the day for this team. And there's not much you can say after 12 goals. I mean, or at least nothing left to say. Come on. We're leaving it all on the rink here, showing it off at this point. 2 of your starters have a hat trick. 17 seconds. Running clock again as we tick things down here. Still poking in close, trying to get one last goal. It heads to the RI St. M's end and left there. That'll do it for us here for this one on the Fans Only Sports Network. St. M's U15 team in their second match against Victory Honda of the day. Do it better than they did the first time by a lot. 12-1 is your final here from Adelard Arena. But the action is not done on the Fans Only Sports Network. No, we have one more game here from the home of Mount St. Charles on campus here at Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Because following this game at 4 p.m., the Mount U14 team takes on Boston Advantage. It's going to be live here and free for your viewing on the Fans Only Sports Network. We'd love to see you tune in. On behalf of myself and my broadcast partner, Evan Morrell, have a great rest of your day. Hope to see you join us on the Fans Only Sports Network sometime soon. That does it from here. 12-1 your final. RI St. M's hockey on Fans Only Sports Network, presented by